Recently, I was able to witness the fights of 3 great warriors. His powers were completely absurd. I had never seen anything like it.
Dude, it's your boy, Dragon Ball Art 92, and I'm back with another Kamehameha reaction video. And today we got a good one, y'all. We're gonna be doing a reaction video to Ultra Vegito kills Belmod, God of Destruction of Universe 11. But before we get to the content today, you guys, make sure you hit the like button so that way we can trigger YouTube algorithm. That way we can be seen by a bigger audience. Also, if you're new here, we welcome you and we thank you so much for coming and check out content with us today. Thank you. Yes. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button today. And don't forget to click that bell notification so that way you can be updated whenever I drop a video. Now that we got all that good stuff out the way, you guys, let's get into the content. You dig? Go!
Dragon Ball Super, Ultra Vegito had been confronted by his old friend Jiren, and through what initially started as an epic and entertaining fight between former foes, soon began to turn into a nightmare, as Jiren eventually revealed himself as the next god of destruction of Universe 11. And now in today's manga, God Killer Vegito will mentally fight with himself over what he must do now. But before we begin, join the now over 1,400 members on our Patreon where they see daily exclusive early previews of the Ultra Vegito story, discuss and contribute towards its narrative, and even in higher tiers get to see the next parts to the story early. Yes, the next chapter to this story is already up there as we speak. Click the link in the description if interested, and enjoy.
Unlock success with Optimum Business Essentials. Cyber attacks? You're protected with secure.
So our story continues with Jiren smirking across at Vegito, still tucked into his giant apparition version of himself, having just revealed he is the new god of destruction of Universe 11. Still in deadlock with Vegito's own giant MUI silhouette, Vegito is left understandably in a state of disbelief, mumbling, "Jiren, how could you? Why?" Because he wanted to be the one to finish you for good, God Killer. As suddenly behind Vegito and Jiren, a familiar looking backside.
One thing that these gods of destruction are good at is sending other people to fight their battles. Like, sometimes, bro, I'll be like, bro, why don't y'all just do stuff y'all self, bro? You know what I mean? But the whole time, bro, they really be scared, bro, because they know they can't win the fight with Vegito. That's why they be trying to send their goons, thinking they goons go do it. Like, what they go do if you can't do nothing, bruh? Well, let's get back to the content, because Vegito is kind of shaking up with Jiren siding with the guys of destruction. Let's go.
Appears replying to Vegito, and it is revealed to be none other than the former god of destruction, Belmod, looking on menacingly with his hands relaxed on his hips as he continues, "Greetings, Vegito. I see you haven't changed one bit since murdering Beerus. Here to now slaughter even your friend Jiren? Haha, you truly are heartless, aren't you, Saiyan?"
That's the look of somebody trying to mind manipulate you. Facts. Because one part of winning a battle is winning it mentally. So if you can win that war, you definitely can win the physical war. Yes, yes. The body follows the mind. The mind follows the soul. Let's get to it.
Belmod! Immediately causing Vegito to turn around in shock as he continues once his eyes meet with Belmod's. So, you finally turn up, clown! How? How could a monster like you even convince Jiren to become one of you? The Jiren I knew was on the side of justice, not the side of pure evil. Evil! How dare you! Immediately causing the jovial god to change expression to a scowl as he responds, Us evil? Ironic to come from one such as you, who has indiscriminately killed so many. Gods, angels, even innocent children. Save your breath, as Jiren has seen it all. My angel used her power.
Man, he had a good point though. Vegito, has been on a rampage, just killing anything that has anything to do with the gods. If you're attached to the gods, he knocking you off the face of the planet. For real. Let's get back to it.
Was to give him the complete rundown. He knows exactly what you have done and what you truly are, demon. Your motives, your victims, and your abilities. And just like any sane person with a heart, he decided your death is the only true path of justice. The only true evil here is you. What? Jiren knows everything, and still, there's no way. Leaving Vegito stunned as he for the first time discovers that Jiren, even with knowing the injustice.
Now that is kind of interesting, bruh. If Jiren actually knows what happened, he really would have an understanding, right, of why Vegito is doing what he's doing. But at the same time, he still wouldn't have to agree with it. But if he knows, then you know, maybe he's not that much close to you, my bro. You know what I'm saying? People do choose sides at some point of time, bro. You feel me? You find the real from the fake, bro. But then again, if they're lying to him, that's a totally different story, bro.
Vegito had faced, still decided to become one of the very people that without care annihilated his entire planet. With a forlorn and completely dejected look, the Saiyan begins looking to the ground in deep thought, starting to question even himself whether what he was doing is the right thing. If even Jiren, a being with the greatest of moral compasses, sees him as the enemy. Jiren, he knows what the gods did. The people they killed. My friends. My family. All for the sake of a battle that I didn't even want. And I'm still in the wrong. Did those gods not deserve the same fate? Jiren, why? What have I done? And as Vegito's self-doubt and questioning of his morality increases, in almost a direct correlation.
Now this right here got me like, Vegito, you tripping, bro. Because no matter who you ran into, no matter if they were, cool with you or not, you didn't act this way with them. What the are you on, bro? Oh, this must be an act, bro. This gotta be an act. It gotta be, bro, because I don't think he going out like that, bro. Nah, I don't believe that.
The MUI aura that made up his giant version of himself begins to slowly dissipate to nothing, just like his motives. As the still now seemingly saddened Vegito descends to the ground, still wondering, What have I become? And soon, Vegito's aura completely vanishes, and he just falls slowly in mental defeat, landing on the ground with a thud and noticeably still silent, not uttering a word. Could it be finally that now faced with having to kill even Jiren, he's realized his revenge story was in the wrong the entire time? But the battle-hardened Jiren, seeing this, is not impressed in the slightest, annoyed even, as he wonders, what is he doing? Son Goku, have you given up already? This is not a game. You will die by my hand if you do not put up a fight! But Vegito, regardless of Jiren's words, just maintains his silence, still battling with himself internally about what he should do now. Are you listening to me, Son Goku? But Jiren, who had dreamt of this moment to fight Goku again at his best for all these years, begins to get extremely angry at Vegito's peaceful stance, continuing, Fine, if you refuse to talk, then there will be no mercy. For the gods and angels before me you killed, I will put an end to you now! Leading to Jiren following through just as he said, as Jiren's giant apparition pulls back with extreme force, gritting its own teeth as if it too wanted Vegito gone. All the while, Vegito remains motionless on the ground like an ant, as if finally having accepted his punishment for his crimes and ready, waiting for his death sentence. And just like that, in most likely the most powerful punch we'd seen in the entire series, Jiren's giant fist rocks the very surface of the planet as a huge earth-shattering explosion is seen in its wake. And eventually, as the smoke and debris from the attack leaves, under Jiren's fist, we see the tragic sight of...
There's no way that just happened, bro. There's no way he really just smashed Vegito like that. You telling me he just said it there, bro? And just was in a meditational state of mind, bro? Like he wasn't just fighting or something? Like, come on, bro. That was whack. Let's see what happens, bro. That can't be. Nah, bro.
Of crimson, red blood seep from underneath his knuckles, indicating in this instance there was no escape for Jiren's target. And Jiren too, looking down and noticing this, then comments, So he really meant to quit. Pathetic Son Goku. I expected so much more from you. And with Ultra Vegito finally defeated and the threat to all the gods of the multiverse now over, Jiren just looks down solemnly as his giant apparition lowers its arms too. Jiren, now forlorn, then says his final words to the Saiyan, letting out, Son Goku, after defeating you in battle here, I had hoped to hear your side to this story. To find out just what would drive you, to do the unthinkable, to kill the righteous.
So that means he didn't know what really happened in the first place. They lied to him. That angel, she a liar. Lying to that boy like that. This gonna come right back around on him, man. That's crazy, bro. The fact that Vegito just gave up like that is insane, bro.
Pure gods that ruled over us for so long without disturbance. But your silence in the face of Belmod and surrender said it all. Inside, I think you too finally knew that your punishment was well deserved. Goodbye, fallen warrior. But as Jiren says his goodbye, in the distance something stirs, something with a power level Jiren had never experienced before. What is this? And instantly, like a shooting star, a burning ball of energy traveling at inconceivable.
Okay, bro, because I was gonna say, bro, there's no way. But man, well, who was that got punched in? And let's get back to the content. It's interesting.
Speeds strikes head on at the god of destruction, engulfing his entire body. The impact so great that not just is Jiren left helpless to do anything about it, but the pain it inflicts even causes the hardened Pride Trooper to scream in agony as saliva gushes out. And at once, as we zoom out of the scene, we see the attack shoots Jiren right through his giant apparition towards the ground, as even the giant himself looks nothing short of stunned at what's happening, like it had been shot by a sniper. Immediately leading to a monstrous impact on the ground, rivaling that of Jiren's earlier punch, causing rocks and particulate to fly everywhere. And as we look on with a bird's eye view at Jiren and whatever hit him, all we can see is a cloak of thick smoke, until eventually Jiren's face can be seen, but round his neck is shockingly a hand.
Wow, I thought that was an energy blast that got shot at him. Vegito shot at him himself. Now that's power, bro. That's power, bro. Let's give him a round of applause. Yeah, Vegito is slick, bro. Man, he put on the act for real, bro. For real.
Covered in a familiar set of rings. What? How? As Jiren then seemingly realizes exactly who is on top of him. And of course, it is none other than Ultra Vegito. Now finally in his final form that we have grown so used to seeing. As with one arm choking the god of destruction.
Maybe it's the fact that no, I don't know, bro. I don't know, because I was gonna say instant transmission, but something got punched. Somebody got punched, bro. And if it wasn't Vegito, I'm trying to figure out who. That's that. Let's get back to it, bro. What a mystery.
And sitting on top of the completely disabled Jiren, he looks down and says, "You know, you're surprisingly sentimental when you want to be. That little speech almost brought a tear to my eye, Jiren. But don't worry, I'm back. Hope you didn't miss me too much, warrior." But Jiren, seeing Vegito in the flesh and untouched, can't help but continue to look completely stunned, as he grumbles back, You, oh, I hit you. I made perfect contact. I saw it with my own eyes. I felt the coldness of your blood with my own fists. This makes no sense. But Ultra Vegito, hearing this and not breaking any eye contact, is quick to just respond, "Wow, Jiren, you really have lost it, haven't you? I guess becoming one of those weak gods yourself has brought you down to their pathetic level too. You're now even blinder than Cedra was." Ultra Vegito then turns his head and points his finger to where the fist lands and continues, "You hit something, Jiren. I don't doubt that. But it wasn't me. I'm not sure what's wrong with your aim, but you better have a look that way. Are you sure you're not on my side?" Huh? And so Jiren turns his head to where Vegito was pointing. And as we watch, we see the remnants of Jiren's apparition finally begin to fade, revealing what's underneath.
Hi, I'm Will with R&R Tire Express, and I'm here to tell you about our everyone's approved, affordable
just wow. Where did that switch happen? Like, because Jiren was pointing at Vegito. Vegito was the one on the ground, bro. Unless Vegito is that fast that he switched places with the destroyer without either one of them knowing. If that's the case, bro, that's true speed. Gotta give it up for that. Let's see what's going on though.
But to our shock, on the ground, almost as flat as a pancake, imprinted into the surface of the planet, is a brutally damaged Belmod, now crushed and contorted into an awkward shape. The god, who can barely keep one eye open, just mutters, Vegito, you damn... immediately causing Jiren to freak out and yell at the sight of his beloved Belmod being inexplicably so tragically hurt by his own hand. He yells out, Lord Belmod, how? I would never! Leaving Vegito to sinisterly laugh at Jiren's horrified reaction as he explains, Didn't I tell you I was levels above you still, Jiren? Your Ultra Instinct is still nothing but a beginner's toy compared to mine. I'll admit, I enjoyed our little dance, but I hate to break it to you, I wasn't even trying. And now that you're one of those scum destroyers, I have no more use in humoring you. The second you launched your pathetically slow attack, I grabbed that Belmod from behind like the clown he is, and switched him with myself. So fast, neither of you could even tell what happened.
Dang, bro, I was right on point with that. I was right on point. Bro, that's raw. That Vegito really stepped his game up. For real. You know, and Belmont was freaking out. So actually he did know. So I was partially wrong. Belmont knew too. He just couldn't do nothing to stop it because Vegito was too fast, bro. And fast like the road runner. Beep, beep.
Until it was too late. Impossible! No one can move that fast. Surely not. This reveal, of course, taking even Jiren by surprise, as he can't even fathom the kind of ability Vegito would need to pull that off. Until finally, he asks, How is it possible to have improved this much? Son Goku, is this the power that led you to become a murderer? Did becoming power drunk really give you enough reason to kill the deities that deserved none of this? Answer me. What drove you to take the lives of innocents?
Jiren talking like he don't know what happened at all, bro. And I'm confused right now. Didn't Belmont say that his angel told him everything? So if the angel told him everything, he would already know why Vegito is doing what he's doing. Am I correct? Let's get to it, bro, because something is off.
God killer! What? But hearing this for the first time, Vegito instantly pulls back and lessens his grip on Jiren in surprise, thinking to himself, What is this fool saying? He truly talks like the gods have done nothing. But he does know, doesn't he? Looking down calmer, Ultra Vegito then responds, Innocence. I know you're in pain, but how delirious do you need to be to call these monsters innocent after all they did? That angel did show you, right? You know what Belmod did. He's the murderer here, the destroyer of my entire home planet, my friend.
in all actuality, they both in the wrong for real. Because when you fight fire with fire, all you get is fire. You dig? I mean, there's no solving that, you know? So, I mean, at this point, they both in the wrong, to be honest, the gods and Vegito. But hey, people make their choices, right? I mean, I kind of feel him, though. His whole family gone. Destroyed, though. Can't even use the Dragon Balls no more to bring them back. Crazy work, bruh. Let's get back to it.
My family, all gone in a blink of an eye. He led the gods, and all 11 of them were responsible, along with their spineless angels who agreed with them. Jiren, hearing this, now can't help but be confused. This is news to him and was never shown to him at all by Margarita. But he then remembers these are just words from Vegito, while Margarita showed him an impossibly detailed vision. In anger, Jiren then responds, "Nonsense! Save your lies, Son Goku. I have been more than just told the story of what you have done. I have experienced the bone-chilling sight of the gruesome things you've done in person. I saw how you even killed your own god of destruction in rebellion. How do you explain that, Son Goku?" What? In rebellion?
Struggling to get started on your book? Meet Squibbler, the AI book writer that transforms your ideas.
Leaving Vegito puzzled as he tries to figure out how Jiren has got it so wrong, continuing in his mind, "Something isn't right. If he truly saw what had happened, he couldn't get details like this wrong. Don't tell me that damn witch Margarita actually lied to him to get him to fight me. Isn't there some sort of damn angel law against that? He's hardly going to believe me over a literal angel. Unfortunately, it might be too late for him now." And with his thoughts steadied, Vegito does what he has no choice to now, as he raises his left arm in the air, displaying to us all the energy absorption device.
I guess he came to the conclusion like he got to take him out because his mind was already distorted. Parts of the truth wasn't even there. How? That's crazy. How did she edit what she showed him? It's like editing a video or something, bro. She literally edited all the things that happened so that way it can look like Vegito was doing this for no reason. That's crazy work, bro. That's crazy. To literally do that mentally. That's an insane power, bro. Real for real. Let's get back to it.
That is ready to do only one thing. As expected, Son Goku, your silence will always say 1,000 words. Now go ahead, take my energy and finish the job this time. To which Vegito immediately obliges, bringing his hand slowly towards Jiren's face, just whispering, "Sorry, Jiren. I would have thought of you losing your own family and friends. You would have understood me. But I guess this is the only way." And just like that, Vegito places his palm on Jiren's forehead, as the Pride Trooper, and now God of Destruction, just closes.
For Jiren to be so strong, every time Goku beat him, he gives up willingly after that. It's like, "I'm not fighting no more. You got me. It's over. Go ahead." Like, bro, if you still got power inside of you, bro, you better fight back. You better fight back. Straight up, bro. But let's see what happens.
His eyes, accepting his death at the hands of the one and only God Killer. This is... But suddenly, Jiren is instead flooded with visions of the true past 10 years that led up to this moment. From Goku and Vegeta initially being threatened by Beerus to fuse and battle, to their correct fusion this time via their angel-grade Potara to make a permanent Ultra Vegito, to then the tragic betrayal of the gods who went on to erase everything Goku and Vegeta ever loved, before ending in the horrific imprisonment of the duo for an entire decade of torture. It seems that Ultra Vegito 2 has now gained the angelic abilities to pass memories on. And as Vegito removes his hand finally from Jiren's forehead, for a moment there is a brief respite, as if Jiren himself still tries to process what he's just seen until suddenly... Vegito! Finally, for the first time, Jiren refers to Vegito by his real name, as now the truth of his story hits him, his motivations, and the evil and injustice of...
Yeah, bro. Anybody in that position, bro, would have wanted revenge, because that's insane to go through. That's insane to go through, bro. Being forced to be into a fight that you didn't want to be in the first place, then you end up destroying the person that you was fighting, then all his crew and shit. Oh, excuse my French. I'm sorry about that. But all his crew comes and destroys your whole planet. Not just you, but the whole planet. And then you're in prison for 10 years getting tortured, bro. That's crazy, bro. So I'm pretty sure Jiren understood why Vegito was doing what he was doing. Let's get back to it.
The very gods he had signed his life over to join. For a moment, Jiren with half-closed eyes looked sorrowfully at Vegito, beginning to feel a sense of empathy for his cause, before saying, "Enough. I've seen enough. Get off me." An Ultra Vegito who doesn't even hesitate for a second, not suspecting Jiren of wanting any more violence, immediately gets up on his command, as Jiren looks at him from below, still in silence. And as Vegito stands tall, in a relaxed stance with his hands on his hips, Jiren, without fear, also slowly gets to his feet. Angling his head, Vegito then asks, "Sorry I scared you a little there, but I knew if I offered you a warrior's death, you'd let me grab you without issue. It was the only way I could show you what truly happened. I don't know what Margarita showed you, but I think it clearly left out some details. And now that you know the truth, tell me, Jiren, whose side are you on?"
Booking.com has all kinds of stays for those who love family resorts and for those who do not.
Like water runs dry.
There we go. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Another one. Vegito, you can tell, bro, Vegito is not that much of a bad guy, because the fact that he gave Jiren this opportunity and chance to change his mind, bro, shows you he a real one, bro. He a real one, bro. He just mad at the people, the beings that did what they did to him. That's all it is, bro. Let's get back to it.
Jiren, who still continues to look down at the ground in self-deprecation, hasn't got an answer just yet, as he sighs and begins to think deeply until... "Give me one of those time rings, Vegito. Now." Suddenly then raising his right hand towards Vegito, gesturing for one of Vegito's 5 remaining time rings of all things, which of course takes the Saiyan by surprise. Now leaning his head forward in disbelief, Vegito questions, "What? One of my time rings? What for? You got some cojones asking for these. You probably got to see exactly what I had to go through even to get them." But Jiren, with an unwaveringly serious look, just responds, "I don't care. I know of those rings and their power all too well. I've seen it in both Margarita's and your version of events. But as it stands, neither of you are to be trusted. I will use those rings to travel to the past and confirm things for myself." And for a moment,
That makes sense. Jiren is smart, you know, and he was put in a position to where he like, man, I can't trust neither one of y'all. You know, I need to see the truth for myself. And I respect that, bro, because you want to make the decisions based off the truth, not half truths, you know, because you can make a decision you didn't want to make in the first place. But let's get back to it.
Vegito takes in this plan of Jiren's, trying to calculate just what the risks of giving one of the very gods he seeks to kill a time ring are. Before, with a smile, he closes his eyes, beginning to remove a ring, and says, "You're lucky I trust you, Jiren. After all, who could say no to that lovable little face of yours? Just don't try and run away. I'm pretty sure you know by now, I have a habit of hunting gods down, wherever they are." And with that said, Vegeta then tosses over the time ring he just removed, immediately being caught by the stone-cold-faced Jiren, who at this point still does not know who he must trust. Easily enough, Jiren then places on one of the time rings meant usually only for the Supreme Kais, as he looks at its glistening nature and comments, "So, with this, I will be able to move freely between the past and present. With this, I will finally find out the truth I have been seeking." And without a word more, and with perfect control, just as expected of a genius like Jiren, the god of destruction opens up a portal before him, before then walking without fear straight into it as Vegito yells, "Be careful out there! Come back soon." And just like that, Jiren vanishes, leaving Vegito alone with his thoughts as he waits for the Pride Trooper's eventual return. About 30 minutes pass, and the heavily damaged Belmod has now regained some strength and begins getting up, grumbling, however, "That damn Vegito! He'll pay once."
Belmont is he's a survivor, bro. You know, to get punched like that, he looked like he was flatted, bro. Like a diesel ran over him or something. You know what I mean? Like he got flatted like a coin or something, bruh. And he survived it, bro. Probably missing a few teeth or something, but the boy survived, bro. And it seemed like he recovering, bro. That's strength, bro. Or Jiren's punch was weak, either or.
I heal up. That's if Jiren can't finish the job alone. Where even is he? That god killer's just been standing there alone for ages now. But just as Belmod arduously gets onto one knee, a portal in front of him opens, and a familiar, bald-headed figure comes straight out. As Belmod, now with a beaming smile, albeit now missing some teeth, yells out, "Jiren! Finally, there you are! Come give me a hand, and we'll finish this together. I think Topo's around here somewhere too." And Jiren, somewhat uncharacteristically, appears to be in just as much a positive mood as Belmod, as he smiles and walks over to his former god and good friend with his arm outreached, ready to help the clown up, leading to Belmod even commenting, You seem like you're in a good mood. Haven't seen you like this in years. And Jiren, who agrees, still smiling, tries to explain his sudden mood change, referring to his time ring as he says, Yes, well, Lord Belmod, this little device here is something special. Amazing, even. With this alone, I was able to travel any point in time.
I wonder what got bruh so happy like this. It's like, if you went back and seen what happened with Vegito, I don't think you would come back so happy like this. Something is, let's get back to it. Something is up.
In search of the truth.
Behold, a Boost Mobile Unlimited plan at a price that never goes up.
Man.
$25 a month forever.
But suddenly, the cheerful explanation is interrupted by an even greater change in emotion, as Jiren's face begins to look coldly and full of rage down at Belmod, as veins pulsate throughout his forehead, and he continues, And as luck would have it, I just used this time ring to head back to when I was a child. The exact moment where I witnessed my entire village slaughtered. My friends, family, and master. You remember that night, don't you? Not too long after that, you just coincidentally found me. Right, Belmod?
No way. No way. Belmont did it? Boy. Yeah, they been on some evil for the longest, bro. That's insane, bro. Let's get back to it.
And for some reason, as Belmod hears this, his own face begins to change to one of nervousness and fear, as if he has something to hide. As he trembles, he tries his best to reply, Oh, is that so, Jiren? But, Jiren, wait, not all is as it may... Huh? But instantly, the hand that was once reaching out to pull Belmod up switches to a flat palm that faces a frightened to death Belmod, as Jiren then suddenly lets out, Hakai!
Oh, he just really did it. He got rid of, he just became another god killer, bruh. He not just only sent them to the next dimension, he erased that boy. He got him up out of there. He was like, nah, bro, you did that to me, I'm taking everything from you, clown. Let's get back to it, bro. That's insane.
Roaring the deadly words at the top of his lungs with so much conviction, it would not have been inconceivable for him to have been trying to erase the universe itself. I'm sorry! As not even being able to utter his final sentence in the living world, Belmod, former god of destruction of Universe 11, is erased to complete nothingness by Jiren the Grey. What? Jiren, what are you doing? Leaving ironically Ultra Vegito completely bamboozled by the turn of events, witnessing firsthand now what he had done so many times up till now. As finally, Jiren reveals with closed eyes, Belmod, you finally got what was coming to you. How I never suspected you as being the one who slaughtered my clan is something I will never forgive myself for. But I have finally avenged you, my brothers. I have avenged you, warriors. And I have avenged you, master. But that was it for today's video, guys. And if you made
Yo, that was a good episode, bro. Real talk, bro. And it was like a plot twist, to be honest with you, because we never expected that Belmont would be the one you know what I mean, who actually killed Jiren's family, bro. Like, that's insane, bro. I wouldn't have thought that. You dig what I'm saying? But I mean, that's crazy work. You feel me? But yeah, bro. You know, I really really like that, bro. You gotta have plot twists. Plot twists and things in that nature. Sometimes really to make the story good. You know what I'm saying? That really gets people interest. That's great writing. Shout out to you, RJ, for the chapter. You dig? I really enjoyed that today. Thank you guys for coming through. That's the end of the video. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more great Dragon Ball content. You dig? And remember, believe in yourself because ain't nobody else go do it, man. Dragon Ball Art 92. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Recently, I was able to witness the fights of 3 great warriors. His powers were completely absurd. I had never seen anything like it.